Hello everyone and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the Sony PlayStation 3. I'm One Wild Sheep yet again, and today folks we're gonna be sorting out books in a library. I like reading. So yeah, basically we need to get a bunch of books, and this is a generic Resident Evil styled puzzle, if you will, where you need to find all these different coloured books, put the coloured books in the coloured slots, and move on, because it'll open up doorways that allow you to go a bit deeper and further, giggity, into this library. Now of course you'll notice that some books, like this one by here, are actually in just flat out the wrong positions as well. Honestly, it's a little bit of an easy area, but I will shamefully admit this entire segment of the game, all of Hollow Bastion, well, let's just say, on my first playthrough, it took me a great deal longer than it actually takes me in this LP. Now, that's to be expected, because first playthrough, you know, it always takes longer. Yeah, but not in the amount of length it took me. Basically, my first playthrough of this game, it literally took me about, a good, shall we say, 2 to 3 days to beat Hollow Bastion the first time round. Why? I just got lost. I got really lost just trying to find my way around the castle. And fortunately, I now know the castle inside and out, like the back of my hand, so I don't have that issue anymore. But basically, if you're playing this game for the first time and you're using this LP as a sort of play-along guide, well, trust me, follow my route, because otherwise you may get a tad lost. Anyway, you're going to see these little turny thingies here. I don't know what they're called, but basically keep spinning them until whatever there's being held in the turny thingy comes out. For example, this turny thingy back here, there's a treasure chest, so just keep spinning it until we get hold of the treasure chest, which gives us an AP up, which is, I love AP ups and items like that. And one thing, I think I've already explained this before in the playthrough, but in case I haven't, those sort of items, always use them on Sora. Don't bother giving them to Donald. Don't bother giving them to Goofy. And for the love of God, don't give them to any other party member you have. Well, especially don't give them to other party members you have, because other party members you have, well, they're only temporary. The only permanent party members in this game is Sora, Donald, Goofy. Of course, Sora is. He's the guy you play as. But anyway, we got a load of books in this room, so it's time to start filling it in all the pieces. Now, it's quite interesting what this set of books by here do. Notice how at the bottom of each of the spines of these books, well, there's certain colours at the bottom of the spines. Basically, you need to fill it in so it's 3 of each colour on the shelf. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. It's kind of hard to explain. Either way, just continue moving onwards, and I can't remember where the last book is. I don't think it's too far away around here. Is it? Oh, it's right by there. I'm blind, apparently. Let's see what's in. Oh, another treasure chest. Alright, let's keep spinning this thing. Now, sometimes when you spin these things, they can either... I don't know what the requirement is to spin this thing to get it on, like, the first or source try, but it can take usually between 2 to 5 tries to get the item you want from these turny spinny thingies. Why Sora just doesn't move this thing across once to get the treasure chest beyond me? He has to push it with all his strength, and honestly it drives me absolutely bonkers. Come on, give me the chest. Woohoo! What's in this chest anyway? Oh, an elixir. I love elixirs. They're very useful items, and I don't think I ever use them. Like, they're those type of items that are really valuable when you get them, but you never use them because they're so valuable, despite how useful they are as items. It's, I don't know. Either way, this is where that last red book was, which means we need to basically pop down to where this weird coloured spine books were, where I try to explain poorly by here. And as you can see, one of these things is not like the other. Basically grab the red one and replace it with the yellow one, or is that lime green? It's either the yellow or lime green that I put in earlier, and just swap them around. Don't worry about trying to put them in the right places, the game will automatically detect, you want to put the right one in the right place and do it for you, so yeah, don't worry about that. But what's behind this door? We got a book! Just imagine that being done with the, like, the Zelda da-na-na-na sound effect. But yeah, that's basically this room over and done with. There's not really much here. I'm gonna be frank. But anyway, put the book on the shelf and see what's going on behind this. This room actually enters you into a area of the game called, the book's right behind me. Past me. What are you doing? Past me. It's on the table. Past me. Left. Okay, fine. Go in the lift stop. But one of the things you'll find in this world is a lot of these lifts, and there's a lot of sort of like lift areas where you can basically elevator rooms. There we go. There's tons of elevator rooms in this castle, and as you can see, they send you to various places around the castle. This is a massive world, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy to get lost, and I really wish this didn't take so long. I only show off these lifts at full speed that they go off in the game once. I speed them up every other time, so don't worry. Whenever I have to backtrack through something, I speed things up, which is kind of a godsend, really. But anyway, if you look at these platforms, how do we get those down? Well, we use gravity, like the only use for this magic spell in this entire game. Honestly, gravity is kind of a wasted opportunity. I can just think about puzzles that would be good to use things like gravity for, but nope. Anyway, what you see by here is I'm replacing Blizzard with Arrow, and Arrow's a magic skill you don't see me use much in this game, and what it effectively does is increase your defense for a short amount of time. Oh no, oh my god, look at that thing go. Jane, get me off this crazy thing! But anyway, Arrow basically increases your defense temporarily, and it's a requirement. Well, I say it's a requirement. It's not necessary, but trust me, you're gonna want to use Arrow a lot in the coming boss fights. And I ran past the book again. What is past me doing? Ah, Christ almighty. It's on the table! It's on the table! There we go. I don't know how I missed that so many times, but check this last book on the shelf. And what do we find behind here? Ooh, a button! Oh, what does this button do? Push it. Boom. Which unlocks the door. So yeah, all this puzzle was mostly unnecessary. Most of the stuff you get from this puzzle is just bonus items. But hey, there's a few need it. Anyway, show me your crushing power. What's he mean by that? Well, we need to use gravity. Do we? I thought it was gravity. Oh no, we just need to break the vases. Okay. Dope. And that will cause the first puzzle piece to fall through that mouth. And you, but as you can probably guess, shoot fireballs at the two lights. And what do we get? Absolutely nothing, because we need to do that with more than just these lights. Trinity this over and you'll get another puzzle piece. And basically, we're about to get all 4 puzzle pieces. They're all in this room for that emblem, Heartless Emblem door. So let's just continue doing our thing here, just burning all the torches. And yeah, it's quite obvious, but here you need to push this onto that. Not a switch in any way. It'll open up that treasure chest. What's that treasure chest do? I think that's another puzzle piece in the treasure chest. But anyway, just continue lighting all these candles. I don't remember if you have to actually light the candles, but I assume you do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, you do need to light up the candles. It'll stop the fire in the center, and that thunder picture you see by there is a bit of a hint. See the stone by here? Shoot Thunderbolt onto it, and it'll drop down the platforms, allowing you to get that puzzle piece. My god. So there we go, first of the emblems, and now we just need to collect all the emblems that we sort of had throughout the world, and just prepare to enter the doorway that they unlock. Honestly, this part of this of the game is really easy, and you don't even need to really worry about even enemies attacking you, because for the most part, this room's usually quite quiet, with the exception of later on in the game where they start throwing enemies at you for some reason. But hey, let's just slot in all these emblem pieces and get on moving. 2, 3, 4, Open sesame. Alright, let's go.
Why? It was mine.
Know this. The heart that is strong and true shall win the Keyblade.
What? You're saying my heart's weaker than his?
For that instant it was. However, you can become stronger. You showed no fear in stepping through the door to darkness. It held no terror for you. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
What should I do?
It's really quite simple. Open yourself to the darkness. That is all. Let your heart, your being, become darkness itself.
Oh, what do you know? Looks like Riku's overdosing on the Mentos again. Oh, minty fresh. That's why people turn to the dark side, you see. The minty fresh. Yes. Anyway, for some reason the camera points you in the complete wrong direction when you get out of that cutscene, which really throws me off. But don't worry, just continue going into here and we'll be back into the lift stop. And this is the how you're meant to actually deal with the defenders. Basically, just jump over them. And that's literally it. Whenever they shoot their fire attack, because it's basically just a fireball, you can reflect it back at them by dodging, and oh my god, I died. That's how frustrating those guys can actually get. I think that's the only death in this playthrough. So I'm quite proud of that. But seriously though, those defenders can really, really throw you off. I keep calling them large bodies, or going to call them large bodies. So, just be a bit defensive when taking these guys out, and you should have no problem. And also, if you have Blitz, it can also be quite helpful, because Blitz is one of my favorite moves in this game. Also, they are exceptionally easy to kill through magical means, as I explained when we had the, literally no attacking power. But there we go. Anyway, I'm switching out Aero for Blizzara temporarily, and it will be switched... It will be switched back eventually, but not right away. But anyway, let's head into the castle gates. And we are actually going to start making progress, finally, in this castle. Seriously. Now, these harlots by here are flying enemies. They're kind of like bats, and as you all know, video game enemies that fly are nightmares, and video game enemies that are bats are usually also nightmares. But these things are called wyverns, and basically... they're not as bad as you can really think they would be. My biggest problem with these guys is when you're hitting them, they can quite easily go over the bottomless pit below, and basically you can't hit them. Or you can, but if you go into the bottomless pit, you'll be backtracking to an earlier section of the castle. You won't die if you go down there, you'll just backtrack. And trust me, it's just a real major nuisance when you're fighting those things and suddenly, oh, I've fallen! No, I need to get all the way around to get back to where I was. Thank you, game. I don't like it when games do that, where one mistake will send you into a pit that makes you backtrack all the way. I would have preferred to simply die and respawn just before those enemies, because at least then I have an attempt to kill the enemies in one go. Ugh. Anyway, this, lift. It's riveting, isn't it? There we go. Now this lift by here is it's not that bad. Basically, as time goes on, words. My brain is failing me. You get swarmed by enemies as you reach the halfway point of this lift, and these guys by here are wizards. Basically, any magic attack, it will not work on these guys, and sometimes they'll go into a bit of a frenzy. When they go into a frenzy, As you can see by here, you cannot hurt them at all. But honestly, just wait for them to finish off the frenzy and just wail on them until they die. When all the enemies are died, a button will appear, allowing you to progress into the next segment of the castle. Riveting gameplay! Woo! Hardcore parkour, yo! But there we go, that is pretty much it for this part, folks. So with that, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed, don't be sheepish, people, and I'll catch you all next time when we continue on with progressing through this mystical, magical, amazing castle. And yeah, that's basically it. What's in this Trinity mark? Oh, just a bunch of... Ooh, a Mega Elixir! Ooh! That's basically like a super elixir. They're the rarest item. Well, some of the rarest items you can probably pick up. Anyway, collect all these baubles! And yeah. Like I said, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Don't be sheepish, people. See you then. Bye!